Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. As promised, I came to you at the end of December with 31 discontinued fragrances. So throughout the video, I will show you what I wore on each day through the month of December. Before I go ahead and get into the video, I just wanted to say thank you everybody that has supported the channel throughout the year. It's been a prosperous year as far as videos and content is concerned. I'm blessed to have had as many subscribers that I never thought that I would get. So I hope you enjoy the video. Hope you guys had a blessed year this year, and I hope you have an even better year next year, and we can go ahead and start getting to, again, a little bit more normalcy and move past all of this, the fire stuff that we've been going through. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, here we go. 31 days of discontinued fragrances. On day number 1, I finished up the previous month, November, of doing all 30 days of incense fragrances. So I just kept that going, but then started the first day of discontinued December with an incense fragrance. This is from the House of Tom Ford, Sahara Noir. Now these first 3 or 4 are ones that are, I'm trying to start off with some heavy hitters. This one is one I, paid a little bit pretty penny for it, a little bit cheaper than what it's going for online, but nonetheless it was way more expensive than whatever it went for retail. But this is like an undeniable great incense fragrance. It is a shame it's discontinued. Moving on. Number 2 from the House of Guerlain is Ambre Imperial. This is another one I paid a little bit more for, but at least this is a 100 ml bottle. This one, this is a great fragrance as well. I really wasn't into any of these Orient, the ones that are in these type of bottles. I really wasn't a big fan of the ones that, are getting a lot of hype, but this is one I really wanted to try since it had ambergris in it. I just wanted to see how animalic it was, and it is a very nice scent, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. Day number 3 is from Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Kouros Fraicheur. I'm not a big fan of Kouros. It's like an old school, like 80s vibe fragrance, the original. But this one I wanted to pick up since it's supposed to be like a fresher version. So to me, it's like a Kouros light, and I enjoyed this one as well. Most of which I'm going to show you for the rest. I got really, really good deals on, but those first 2, those killed the wallet. Let's keep it moving. Number 4 from the House of Amouage. This is Ciel pour Homme. As you see, this is in the older bottle. This was released in like 2002, so they did release it in the newer bottles. That one is also discontinued. This one I believe is called either a Chypre or a barbershop type scent. It's okay. I've used a lot of it so far, as you see. And this old cap, it doesn't even fit on right. But it's cool to have something vintage like this in the collection. Day number 5 from the House of Gucci. This is Gucci Pour Homme 2. I really enjoyed this one. This one is one of the best discontinued fragrances that I got. I like it a lot. It's supposed to be like a tea scent, but it's really good seems like it would be really good for the summertime. But it's one of the best pickups that I've gotten. This is the 50 ml bottle. It's so good. I wish I had it in a 100 ml bottle, but this will just do me just fine. I felt like the 50 ml is a little bit harder to find, so that's why I picked up on that one. Day number 6 from Van Cleef and Arpels. This is the famous Midnight in Paris. This is the EDT concentration. This one I was kind of disappointed in. It's an incense, kind of like incensey fragrance. I thought it was going to be, the truth based on the way that it's coveted, how hard it is to find. I still want to try the EDP. If I were to come across the EDP for a good price, I'd probably pick it up. But to me, this is just okay. It's not one that I could care less or not whether I have it in my collection. Day number 7 is from Gaultier, and this one was probably the best fragrance that I picked up, not based on smell, but just based on how coveted it is in the fragrance community, how hard it is to find, how long it's been discontinued, and this is Guerlain II. I was able to find this bottle, this 120 ml bottle, and a 40 ml bottle together for about $80. So that was like a steal. So I got it. It's an amber fragrance. It reminds you a little bit of Le Male. It doesn't smell like Le Male, but it's not something that I was head over heels for. Again, this is another one that now that I have it and I've smelt it, it's sort of like, it's not one that I would need in my collection. Day number 8 from the house of Dior. This is Fahrenheit Amber Absolu. This one I like a lot. It's not my favorite Fahrenheit flanker, but it's one that here you can find with no problem in many different places. So this is definitely one that it's highly sought after. It's one of the most famous like discontinued fragrances, so I had to pick up on it. I'm also a big fan of Fahrenheit. That was one of the first fragrances that I fell in love with as a kid. So I've gotten a bunch of different flankers of Fahrenheit. They may make an appearance in this list. We will see. Day number 9 from the Tom Ford Private Blend collection. This is Rive d'Herbe. This is a good summer amber type scent. It doesn't smell anything alike, but it's sort of like it's in the same vein of Nichane Ambre Calabria, where it's a summery summer amber scent that you can wear. It has citruses in it, but this is a great pickup as well. Day number 10, I wore the very first Patchouli fragrance that I've ever purchased, and this is Tom Ford Private Blend. This is Patchouli Absolu. I still am not a big fan of patchouli, so we'll see how that goes as time goes on. This one's highly coveted as a patchouli fragrance, but we'll see. But I picked it up so that I can sort of get used to patchouli and get a chance to try to appreciate it. And since I got this one in a 100 ml bottle, I guess I have a lot of opportunity to get to know it better. Day number 11, going back to the house of Christian Dior. This is Sauvage Parfum. This is the 2012 iteration of it. This one has myrrh in it. I believe it has oak moss. And the newer one, it has vetiver and doesn't have myrrh in it. They're very, very similar, but they're not exactly the same. And I owned both of them, but now I only own this one because this is the one I really wanted. I found the silver label one, and then like a couple days later, I found this one. And like I said, only like the first 2 or 3 that I mentioned, the first 2 were like the ones that were like killer. But this one I got for a really, really good deal, just like the most of them on the list. Day number 12 is from the house of L'Occitane. This is one of my favorite pickups of all time. I don't know how it came on my radar, but once it was, I just had to get it. And then my guy that I usually get a lot of discontinued fragrances from, not all of them, but some of the more hard to find ones, like the one I had, the 2 at the front that I had to spend the most money on, he has a lot of them. And this one is Ambre from L'Occitane. This is just an awesome, sweet, almost gourmandish amber scent. If you can get your nose on this, definitely, and you like amber scents, you like sweet scents, you definitely really enjoy this one. Day number 13. This whole week, I'm trying to wear all of my Mugler flankers, the Amen line. So we're going to start with Pure Tonka. Pure Tonka is one of the most sought after ones out of the flankers, so I'm glad that I was able to get this, and I was able to get it as a tester bottle. So this is a good, gourmandish type scent, that has the Tonka feel. It's not my favorite Tonka fragrance, but I do enjoy it a lot. Day number 14, this one seems to be the most sought after Mugler Amen flanker, and this is Ultra Zest. This one is going for like stupid prices online. This is another one I was able to get a tester of, and with these, most of them, I paid anywhere between $50 and $100 for, nothing over that. So I didn't pay any more than retail. And this one, for example, I got for like 50. And you know, it does smell great. It is a good, great smelling scent. And I asked someone, why is this one so sought after? And they said that there is, there was limited quantities of it made, and also there's no suitable, like, comparable replacement for it. So there you go. Day number 15 is Pure Coffee. This one I bought in the full presentation. It's not a tester. This is probably like my only coffee scent I have in my collection, so I don't have really anything to compare it to. I do want to get this, the Lush one, the cardamom coffee. I do want to pick up on that. But you know, this is a nice scent. All of these Muglers have similar DNA, so they have some similarities, but all of them are completely different scents. Day number 16 is Kryptomint. Kryptomint is probably like the least talked about as far as all of the most popular ones. Kryptomint, when I first sprayed it, because this one, all of them have patchouli in it. That's part of like the Amen DNA. All of them have patchouli, but this one's a little bit more patchouli heavy. So when I first sprayed it, I was like, wait, I don't think I like this. Maybe something went wrong with it, you know, because, you know, these are older discontinued fragrances. But as it dries down, starts coming in, then you get like the sweetness, you get the vanilla, you get the tonka bean, whatever else is in it. And it's a great scent. You know, I do like it. It definitely is underrated when it comes to the other ones in the line, but it's also one that I can like go down to some of my spots where I go and just pick it up, no problem, for cheap. Day number 17, we have Pure Malt. All right, Pure Malt is probably my favorite from the Mugler Amen line, from the ones that I do have. Day number 18 is the last one that I'm featuring from this Mugler Amen line. This one is Pure Wood. You know, it's just a woody scent, nothing special. So I didn't feature Pure Havana because that one was just recently discontinued. Day 19 is from the House of Tom Ford. This is Tobacco Oud Intense. This is definitely one of my favorite pickups, my favorite finds, because I got it for a great deal, and I love the resinous and the tobacco that it has in it. Day number 20, we're going to the house of Armani Privé. This one is Ambre Orient. This is another super killer find that I got. This one is long been discontinued. It's almost even impossible to even find for sale online, but my guy had it and I got it for like way less than retail. Day number 21 from Armani Privé is Myrrh Imperial. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I just really love this scent. If I ever found it discounted, I'd probably just buy it and just keep it in the packaging. Day number 22, again from the house of Armani Privé. I believe this is the last one. This one is Rose d'Herbe. Rose d'Herbe, again, is not discontinued, but they did come out with all these limited edition ones. This one is called Rose d'Herbe L'Or du Desert. This particular one, of course, has these gold flakes in it, and this one is rose and saffron dominant, and not rose and oud like the original. Day number 23, I wanted to keep this rose and saffron vibe going. I wanted to compare that with Hermes Calligraphy Saffron. There are 3 in this calligraphy line from Hermes. I only own 2 of them. I actually just went to one of the spots that had the black one. Still had that one. I didn't pick up on it. I really wasn't interested, but they seem to have sold out of that one. This is my favorite from the 2 that I have. This is Calligraphy Saffron. Day number 24 is the famous Calligraphy Rose. This is a powdery rose. As you see, I chipped it on here. But again, this is a great rose fragrance, but Again, I like the saffron one a little bit more. Day number 25 is on to the house of Polo Ralph Lauren. This is Supreme Leather. All right, Supreme Leather. I just opened it up for the first time for this discontinued December video. I had it in my collection for maybe 6 months. I hadn't opened it. Day number 26 is the last one I have. Just like the Hermes ones, the Polo ones, I only own these two. This is Supreme Oud. I think it's probably the best one from the line. I am missing Supreme Cashmere. That one is pretty easy to get, so I'm just holding off on it. Before I move on, these are both, I actually was able to get both of them in tester bottles. Day number 27 from the house of Tom Ford private line again. This is London. This is, again, it's up there. It's maybe not top 10, but it's definitely one of my favorite fragrances of all time. It just was a pleasant surprise. This is an animalic scent with spices. It definitely was unexpected and gave me just a vibe of what the London streets might smell like with, the different variety and multicultural cosmopolitan vibe of London. Day number 28, I don't have, I believe I have two from this house. This is from the house of Bulgari. This is Bulgari Black. This one is a tea scent, but it's supposed to be, actually Midnight in Paris is supposed to be similar to this. This was released in 1998. Midnight in Paris, the one I featured earlier in the month, is the more sought after one. That one came out in 2010. So I have this one. I do enjoy this one a little bit more. It might be because maybe the way that the fragrance was sitting over the years, and the packaging of it or something like that. Maybe this held on a little bit more to the perfume and it's not as much alcohol. I don't know, but I prefer this a little bit more. Day number 29, back to the house of Hermes. This is Tobacco Reserve. This is one of the best tobacco fragrances ever. This one I did try to get a backup bottle of. That was a tester. When I went back, they were all gone. I wasn't in any rush to get it in packaging again because it's just more than I want to spend. They're not extremely expensive. What's good about this is that they're still able to find for very, very decent prices. This is a beautiful scent. You should definitely pick up on this while you still can. The last 2 days, finishing off with the house of Dior and Fahrenheit. So this is Fahrenheit 32. Fahrenheit 32, Fahrenheit DNA. This is one of my favorite flankers. I don't have all of the flankers. I don't even have the original right now, but of the flankers that I have, this is one of my favorites. I definitely like it more than the next one I'm going to mention for the last day of discontinued December, and that is Aqua Fahrenheit. Aqua Fahrenheit is nice as well. I don't like it as much as Fahrenheit 32. Fahrenheit 32 is a little bit harder to find. Aqua Fahrenheit is now going up in prices as well. These are the 31 days of discontinued December. I do want to have one honorable mention because I do not have 100% confirmation that this is discontinued, but Stefan Humbert Lucas has been focusing on his own brand. And these I find in retailers some places, but this particular one, Cons, I don't seem to find where the people are selling it. And so this is the Parfum Nectar. So this is the extrait. This is not the Eau de Parfum. This one smells very similar to Homme from the Stefan Humbert Lucas line. It's not exactly the same. It doesn't have the resinous notes in it, but it has the powdery floralness to it. It is a good scent. Try to, see if you can find it. I think it's very hard to find. I'm pretty sure that this is discontinued, but there isn't any 100% confirmation on it. I think you get those type of confirmations from the big houses. That's why the majority of the ones on the list are all designers. And so there you have it. There's 32 discontinued fragrances for the month of December. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope there are some that you see that you may be interested in maybe trying to find. I hope that you do find them and you find them for a decent price. It's never worth it paying, you know, 3, 4, or 5 times the retail price of it. I don't think any of the fragrances are that good for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope everybody has a happy new year, and I will try to see you guys on the other end of 2021. Peace.